Hey guys, it's Lisa back with another video for you for Lisa Wise Designs, and today I've got a project share. Remember this little baby? This was the Fresh Air album that we just finished on our channel, and I have got another version of this album in different paper. But before we go over that, I wanted to let you know about the sale I've got going on in my Etsy shop. The link will be down below. If you put in the coupon code July 2025, you get 15% off everything in the shop. That's tutorials and any kits through July 15th. So there's a new kit coming this week. It's going to be a Christmas theme. So hang on a couple of days and you'll see more information about that. Okay, so here we go. Here is the same album, just in different paper. Is this not beautiful? I made this for a friend. Her name is Megan. The paper is called Mente, a Mediterranean Heaven, and she and I went to Greece together for a week this past spring, and so this paper was absolutely perfect for that. Isn't that beautiful? So I just wanted to show you another version of the same album, how different it could look. This is my beautiful friend here. All right, so we start out with the same, flap that comes out. This is right outside of Athens where Socrates was imprisoned. I thought that was very interesting. And in kind of the old downtown Hadrian's Arch that was made in 131. It's kind of crazy, but look how beautiful this is. This paper is absolutely beautiful. So the flaps that go up this way, you can see that I didn't have a whole lot of vertical photos. These are horizontal and they work just fine like this. This is, I can't pronounce it, Kilimanjaro Stadium. It was where the first modern Olympics was held in 1896 when they brought back the Olympics from ancient times. Then you can flip it open like this. Here's the changing of the guard and the square in front of the presidential palace. Just look how beautiful this is. This is at the Acropolis Museum. I just love this piece of pottery. It just screams Hercules from that Disney movie where they all come to life and start singing. I thought that was so perfect. You know they had to go here to do their research. And this little bitty pig art, it was only about this big. I just thought that was really cool. And then here is some more pictures from that museum. So she'll know exactly what these photos are from, even though I put a little bit of journaling there because, of course, she was there with me. I love this marble from the Parthenon and the ladies here. I can't remember their names. So this is where we went, Greece, March 2025. I loved this. This was right outside the Acropolis, Mars Hill. So this little rock hill right here is where Paul preached the gospel to the Athenians. He actually told them that they had a statue to the unknown God because they had so many gods and they did not want to leave anyone out. So they thought we need to make one that's to an unknown God so that they're not angry if we don't know about them and we're not worshiping them also. Anyway, so Paul told them, I can tell you about the unknown God. Anyway, thought that was really neat. Here is the Athena Nike temple. This is on the Acropolis Hill. This is part of the Parthenon. Look at this. It was so windy. I was holding my hair down. Looks like I'm doing some kind of fashion stance, but it's really just holding my hair into place. And so this is one of the things that was on my childhood bucket list, to go see the Parthenon. It was built in 447 BC. And here's the whole hill that it sits on. We were looking out from the Acropolis Museum windows. Let me open this up here. So I finally tied my hair up. I got tired of all that blowing around on top of that hill. Oh, there's the ladies. I just was so interested in this. So these were replicas. So the real ones were in the museum that I have copies of. Karyatai ladies? I can't pronounce it. They told me like 12 times. I'm just too old to learn, I think. And then behind here, there we are. I think, yeah, we're on the bus. You can see we've got our little Gate 1 tags on the tour bus. We were like the youngest ones on board, but we always are. I think this is my 5th or 6th trip with Gate 1, her 2nd or 3rd. Nafpolio, where we were down by the sea. It was such a beautiful place. We went into a Greek Orthodox church. Some pictures from there. So I just thought this was very interesting how different this book looks with different papers in it. So I hope she enjoys it. So that's the first half of it. And then here is the center part. Another picture of us. I think this was when we got off the bus in Olympia. I thought that was a great picture of Megan here. Exploring the Peloponnese. I do know how to say that. So that is the part of Greece that is, I don't know. It was a part of Greece. My mind is just drawing a blank. So here's, I used that same clear pocket. I got a hair on it. That was going to be an extra for her. So here's some of the food that we ate. Gosh, doesn't this cheese pizza look good? She gets pizza everywhere we go. So they didn't have Diet Coke. They had light Coke, which means it had very little sugar in it, but it did have some. Their bread was great. And so Megan introduced me to tzatziki dip. It was absolutely fabulous. And we had some kind of puff bread that had chicken and veggies in it, and it was pretty good. And it had these real pretty purple flowers on it that were edible. It's kind of cool. So on this side, oh my gosh, 2 different nights we opted not to go with our group, and we went and had dessert for dinner. You can't beat it, right? Oh my gosh, these is 2 different, I think it's from both nights. We had crepes. They were absolutely fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. I had Nutella with strawberries the second night. I think this is an apple pie one. Yeah, it was good. Worth the calories. We probably walked it off by then anyway. So on the back here, I put this door. I thought that was really appropriate with the pocket. So this is on the road. This is the view from one of our hotels. It was absolutely beautiful. Little flowers that was growing into a pot right outside our door. And then we had an olive oil tasting. Did I say testing? I guess we were taste testing. Mycena. We went into some old graves here and took a look around. It was so rainy and so cold in March, but hey, that's the season we were in, and thought it was really interesting. If you've ever heard in the history books about the Trojan War, a lot of the people that built the Trojan horse and fought in that war for Greece was from Mycena. So that was kind of neat. I put that in my scrapbook. We saw the Corinth Canal, so that was really cool to see that. We saw olives growing, and then we went down to the water, but it was really, really cold on the Mediterranean Sea. You can see, again, I'm trying to hold my hair down here. So cool. So I got, because I used some of these smaller pictures like this, I got over 70, 71, I think is what I counted pictures in here for her. Grecian cats were everywhere we toured. In one restaurant, I had just about finished my meal and Megan said, "Did you know there was a cat underneath you?" Scared me to death. So yeah, they were just cats everywhere. They didn't look very wild though. They were well taken care of. A lot of them had collars on. They just wandered around. And so it is true in Greece. Everywhere you go, we saw lemon trees and orange trees just growing everywhere, just like we would see, I guess, apple trees here or peach trees in Chilton County. And it was very fragrant. I'm not even going to try to say this Kalliortexi, but I just did. Anyway, it says Bon Appetit in Greece. So we had a cooking class while we were there. We had this Greek grandmother here that would yell at us in Greece, "No, no, no, you do it wrong. That's too much, too much." So we made some cheese pie that had all kind of cheeses in it that we were able to put together and fry. They had made homemade tzatziki in this restaurant also, and that was my absolute favorite. So good. If you've never had it, it's got Greek yogurt and cucumber and, of course, spices and a lot of garlic, and you eat it with bread, and it is really, really good. We did some traditional Greek dancing. They taught us some dances, and we did get to break plates, so that was an extra fun treat. Take out some of our aggression. So I put some, I put the name of the restaurant Tourist Club here in the cooking class with Megan. She thought that was so fun. And here's the Greek word for cheese pie. And her comment, I really took that to heart. She says, "I've really enjoyed the trip, but we actually got to do something here. We got to participate in it, not just see things." And I thought that was very true. Here's Ancient Olympia where we went. This beautiful paper here. This was, you know, in my elementary school history book. I wanted to see this. I remember seeing these columns laid out like this in the history book. So can check that one off. I haven't got but a very few left on my bucket list that I made when I was a child. And this was Petra. It is pronounced that way, even though it's not. It's kind of spelled that way. And we went down to the seashore here, and their shoreline does not have sand like we have here. It's just made up of all these rocks. So I brought some rocks home. It was very cold that day, freezing. Some more pictures of Olympia. I asked our guide, where do they stand when they light the traditional Olympic, you know, torch, and it starts the tour when they have, you know, the Olympics. And she was telling me right here, right in front of the Temple of Athena. So it's just this little bitty spot right there. It just looks like it's very nondescript. Looks like nothing there, but she said they put a cauldron here, and you can see the dancers dancing back here when they do that. So I'm going to look for that the next time they light the Olympic torch. Here we are in the mountains. I don't know how to say that word either. Beautiful, overlooking some of the cities and some of the ancient monuments. So this is where one of our last stops. We went to Delphi, and this is still the Olympia Museum. Oh, I love this picture of her. I put pure joy because she just loved it. Loved being there. That was one of the things on her bucket list too. And here's the Temple of Athena. Here's a closer up look, and then where that cauldron would sit here. So Delphi must be in this little one. Ah, it is. So it's a crazy story of, it says the navel of the earth is what this is supposed to represent. So supposedly one of the gods, I think it was Zeus, let two eagles go from the far east and the far west, and where they met in the middle was the navel of the earth, and that happens to be Delphi. Okay, whatever. You should just see me roll my eyes when I was there. I was ruining it for everybody. I was like, no, that's not true. That's not true. Ancient Delphi's treasury. This is another thing that I thought came right out of the Hercules movie from Disney, or vice versa, huh? So pretty. We climbed this mountain, just thousands of steps. We did about 700 in a couple of days, and that was enough for me. That's pretty taxing when you're used to sitting at home all day, typing on a computer for work. Oh yeah, I even talked about it. Zeus believed Delphi to be the center of the earth. And here is their Sphinx they had at the Delphi Museum. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful things that are, you know, 2,000 to 5,000 years old. It was very hard to comprehend. We really enjoyed it. So that is my, 71 pictures that I put in here for Megan. I have made her quite a few albums over the years. When we go overseas, we've been to Ireland. Most recently, before this trip, we went to the UK and Scotland, and I really enjoy it. We've been to a lot of the Disney parks together. So I hope you've enjoyed this flip through. Very different than this one, even though it's made exactly the same. And I'll be back tomorrow or the day after with the newest kit and the newest tutorial that we're going to do. It is going to be a Christmas album. You can use it to put 55 pictures in the way I have got mine set out, or you can use it as a December daily. We'll talk more about that coming soon. All right, thank you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.